Hi, welcome to Curriculum Night 2021. My name is Miss Anderson, and this very brief video is designed to give you information regarding the curriculum in our ESOL classroom. Thank you, and I hope you enjoy. First, a little bit about myself. I have been teaching for over 10 years. I have taught adults, middle school, I have tutored elementary, and now I am expanding my practice into high school. So this is my first year at Alpharetta High School, and I am so very excited and very happy to be here. A little bit about my background. I attended Southern Poly State University, where I earned a bachelor's of information technology. I then worked in the IT field for over 10 years prior to becoming a teacher. And so I remember in 2008, I went on a study abroad trip to China, and that is where I found the call to teach. And so I came back home and I started volunteering, teaching adult ESOL students, and I loved it so much. It brought so much joy to my heart and to my life that I went back to school to Kennesaw State University and earned my master's in teaching ESOL. And so while I love technology and all things computers, I absolutely adore, and it is my calling to be in the classroom to assist students in their language acquisition. So I am a fan of culture. I love languages, and so I absolutely love teaching ESOL. I'm a native of Atlanta, Georgia. I have two adult sons. I have five siblings, and I have a whole lot of nieces and nephews. And in my spare time, I enjoy going, visiting my family and my friends. I enjoy listening to music, watching movies, singing in my church choir, which I hope to return to soon. I love reading, making pottery, and I also like to travel as well. And so that is a little bit about me. And on the screen here, you can see different photos that I've taken over the years of my students in the classroom, my adult students, my colleagues, my family, and one shot of my trip abroad in China. So that is a little bit about me. So the ESOL program here at Alpharetta High School, ESOL stands for English for Speakers of Other Languages, and basically it is an immersion-based language acquisition program. So what that means is students are encouraged in the classroom to use English, to practice their English, no matter how little they have. Students usually start out with one word, then they build up to two words, and then short phrases, and then they start to develop sentences as they take hold of the English grammar. So it is an immersion-based English language program. So students are encouraged to use their English in the classroom. In the ESOL classroom, we also have two standards that guide our instruction. We use the WIDA language standards, which helps us guide students in their language acquisition, and we use the Georgia Standards of Excellence, which in our case guides our content standards, which is language arts or English here in high school. And so students are annually assessed via the Access in February for their language proficiency. So this upcoming February 2022, we'll be giving the students the Access test, and you'll hear about that. And so that will determine students' proficiency in whether they continue in the ESOL program or if they are eligible to exit, which is my goal for each and every one of my students. And then once students exit the ESOL program, then they soar, they start to fly. And then they go on to honors classes, to AP classes, and IB classes, and wherever their path leads them. So the goal here at Alpharetta High School is always to get students their English proficiency so that they can move on and do the things that they really want to do, okay? So the ESOL team here at Alpharetta consists of myself, Ms. Vilma Bass, Ms. Deborah Etheridge, and Mr. Errol Dice, who is our assistant principal. So please feel free to reach out to any of us if you have any questions regarding the ESOL program. So a little bit about our classes. I teach ninth and 10th grade literature and composition. And so I also have one class of communication skills for those students that are lower proficiency levels. This gives them a second opportunity to develop their language skills. So in every class, language acquisition is at the foundation of that class. And so in our literature and composition classes, okay, so it is comprised of reading and analyzing literature that is from authors from around the world. And we read all different genres, including poetry, dramas, nonfiction, short stories, and novels. So we read a wide range of literature in our class. And so, in addition to reading, we also compose writings. And so, those writings can be as short as a daily journal, all the way up to essays, and in between answering constructed responses. And so, to build student speaking skills, we also have lots of presentations and discussions. And so those presentations can be in class, they can be using Flipgrid, and discussions, and that is to build student speaking skills, okay? And so we do this on a wide variety of topics. It just depends on what unit and what standards we're covering. And so, because don't forget, our class is based on English language acquisition, there's a heavy emphasis on grammar and vocabulary. So, they're using vocabulary strategies to build the amount of words that they know to help them with their reading and with their speaking. So, that is a little bit about our language and composition classes. Okay, so the expectations for students when they come into the classroom is to be motivated and engaged, okay? Um, it really brings down the classroom when students come in and they're dragging from being sleepy, from being, other things that go on. So it's really helpful for you to speak to your student about being motivated, because that positivity, it really helps out in the classroom. Being prepared, coming to class with all the required materials, being respectful of each other, being willing to improve, being honorable. That means no cheating, no copying, no plagiarizing. Language acquisition is very individual. And while we do work collaboratively in the classroom, it is still based upon the student to gain the knowledge that he or she needs to improve their language. Students need to be hardworking. They have to put forth a great effort, because remember, we're doing double duty in the class. We're learning language and we're learning academics. So students have to be hardworking. They need to be here, be present every day for instruction. They need to be responsible for all assignments, and then are responsible when you are absent, and following up and completing any missed work. So those are the expectations that students have when they come into the classroom. A little bit about our grading here in the class. So our grading, we have three categories of grades. We have major assignments, which are 50% of students' grades. And those major assignments can include essays, unit tests, projects that we have, and performance assessments. And so 35% would include minor assignments, and those would be shorter quizzes that cover a topic and writing constructed responses. We do a lot of writing here in the classroom. And then 15% is for practice. So students must practice language. We can't learn language without practice. And so that comes in the form of daily classwork, participating in class, not just sitting back and not saying anything. And so that goes to group work, working in groups. And so, doing the homework. We do have homework in our classes. So students do have homework pretty much every day. And then we have several digital platforms that we work on as well, and those are graded also. So that is a little bit about our grading system here in the class. I also added semester one progress report and report cards just for your information. So progress reports come out on September 17th. Then after that, we have a report card on October 15th. Then we have another progress report on November 19th. And then the next report card goes out, the semester one report card comes out January 10th. And the reason why I put this here, parents, is I really need for you to be involved and check Infinite Campus on those dates to check students' grades. It's very important that students, even if they don't keep pace with the assignments, because everyone can fall behind, but it's very important for them to catch up so that when we get to the end of the semester, they're not failing the class and will potentially have, a failing grade on their transcript. So that is where I need to partner with you, parents, in making sure that you check regularly your students' grades in Infinite Campus. And please, by all means, email me if and when you have any questions. So that is a little bit about our grading system here in our class. So, how can students be successful in our class? Well, they can come to class every day, make sure they complete all assignments, do the practice, okay? The practice that I assign is geared for improvement. So if they practice, then they will be successful not only in our class, but in their language acquisition, which is the goal that they have. Students should read daily. Okay, parents, I am asking you to assist your students in reading, finding something that they like, regardless if it's a graphic novel, science fiction, comedies, it doesn't matter. Just find something that they like to read and read for 15 to 20 minutes every day. And then I also need your help, parents, in having students come in for extra help. I am more than happy to assist students one-on-one coming in for extra help, okay? And so my tutoring days are every Monday from 7:30 to 8 a.m. and you must email me to make an appointment. I also do tutoring outside of that, so if students need additional assistance, please let me know. So those are the ways that students can be successful in our class. Okay, so that ends our presentation for today. And so I hope this information was helpful for you. And if you have any questions, again, please feel free to reach out to me via email. And I have a Google Voice phone for you to call, and you can leave a message and I'll call you back and we can have a conversation. So I thank you for the privilege of being here, and I look forward to a wonderful school year, and I am absolutely positive that our students are going to be successful in class. Thank you for your attention to this video.